Morning all. Welcome to, well, I suppose this would be the Saturday show. I'm recording it on a Saturday. You, of course, may be watching this at some other time. But thank you very much for tuning in. And a big thank you to all those wonderful people who, of course, have supported the channel and sent in donations to keep us going, which is grand. And thank you for all those people that email. And I'm sorry if I don't get back to you. I do apologise. Now, it does seem everywhere I look on the internet at the moment, people are looking up in the sky and seeing UFOs. Oh my goodness, are we under attack? These mysterious lights and various things. And somebody sent me a video and I looked at this video and I have to say these lights going in strange angles and they're going, oh my God, that's not possible. How's it doing that movement? And I looked at the video and I thought, it's interesting. You're using a mat. Or a mask. Now, anybody who does a bit of graphics would understand that you can put an invisible mask onto a piece of footage. You can have a piece of footage where you've got lights going like this and like that, and at certain points, and it's obviously an erratically shaped mat, but these lights that were clearly computer generated were disappearing as they reached the edge of this mask. Now, any video editor would be able to look at that and go, yeah, that looks a bit suspicious, because the lights were disappearing at exactly the same different points. And I watched it a couple of times and I thought, yeah, that's obviously fake. Not only that, there was another one in which these lights were going around the sky behind trees. And so somebody had put some trees. Now, of course, it's very easy to take some footage of some trees and take away the background of those trees and then put in a layer of lights moving about, perhaps computer generated, etc., behind that to make it look real, and then put a voice over the top as if, my goodness, look at that, it's going so fast, how's it that possible? I don't believe that these sightings are anything to do with aliens from another planet. I'm not even convinced at this stage that there are aliens from another planet. And if they are, they're probably looking at us going... Because what we're not really seeing is... it's the same as the Loch Ness Monster. We get away with this time and time again, don't we? We get these very fuzzy pictures. Here we are with our phones, taking high-resolution pictures, able to take pictures of this, that, and the other, zoom in and get some amazing shots of things. And yet, when it comes to things like the Loch Ness Monster, the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, the Yeti, and UFOs, somehow the technology just falls apart, doesn't it? Just like, oh, it's very grainy footage. I can't really see it very clearly. Or it's just very, what you would say, imprecise alien spacecraft. I think this is a psyop. I think that this whole thing, this whole disclosure about it is winding up. We talked about this last year. I remember doing videos about it saying, oh, they're going to show us spaceships in the sky any minute. And of course, in order to get the public to be interested in this sort of thing, it has to be a very slow disclosure. I'm sure that I haven't gone to the cinema for years now, and I'm sure that on the television the schedules are probably showing a lot of UFO stuff to normalise the fact that aliens are coming and all is going to be pandemonium. I'm sure that we'll see more of that in the schedules, perhaps over Christmas and in the early new year, especially as we've got a new president coming in the United States of America, that, it's all a bit about chaos and, oh my goodness, are they going to shoot us? And this slow disclosure of, to the public, as I think they're calling it, this disclosure that aliens are coming and they're real, and now we understand that they're real, and some of them are drones and some of them are weird shaped things. I think it's there to confuse us, and potentially, and well, who's doing it? Secret governments? Probably secret governments, or, an arm of the government that's doing this in order to keep wars going on, because the next thing will be the battle of the war, and we'll all be terrorized, and oh my God, we'll all go in a bunker, and we'll all probably be told to take a certain medical intervention to stop us from whatever germs they're going to drop down so that we can protect ourselves. And yet again, we'll end up poisoning ourselves like we did in 2020 and 2021. In which, we'll be told to have certain types of medications which will protect us, as I say, and actually that won't be of any benefit to us. Will be all the money will go into this world war This will be a world war against another world, like H.G. Wells and the Time Machine. Not the Time Machine, the War of the World. This, it seems to me, to be a completely, this is where we're going, because once you've had your wars with Ukraine and Russia, and once you've had the sort of battles in the Middle East, we're all getting a bit tired of that, and perhaps a bit cynical. We know who funds each side, all of that sort of stuff. And now we need something bigger. And of course, why wouldn't you have an interstellar war with other species, other weird, strange aliens and things? Why wouldn't you do that? Yes, because that would be a great money spinner, wouldn't it? If you could just frighten everybody to go, oh, yeah, no, take our taxes. We must pay the taxes and we'll help contribute with the old tin can so you can make some Spitfires. Take my washing machine and like they did in the Second World War, when everybody came out with aluminium tin cans, so that apparently they were going to be making Spitfires, which in the end never really happened. I just think this is complete rubbish. I don't think these are aliens from another planet. I think that this is another reason why we've got these grey skies. Because if you've got these grey skies, as we seem to be having now more and more, you can hide what's not actually there. Some people were saying, but it's hiding the activity of the aliens. No, I think it's the reverse of that. It's so that we can't see there's nothing there, but we can be told there is something there. And because we can't see it, we can't verify it with our own eyes because they put these grey skies up. The things that are going on behind those grey skies is more of the chemtrails, the aeroplanes spewing out more of the substances to make those grey skies grey, so that we can't see that there are actually no aliens there, because there'll only be a limited supply. And thanks to the wonders of AI now, and we all know you can generate spaceships and all sorts of fantasy craft and bits of video left, right and centre very easily by just tapping it in on your computer. And how are we supposed to verify anything anymore? You can't. I mean, it's just completely all utterly made up, in my humble opinion. But that's not to say that they'll escalate this and make it look real. I'm not saying that there'll just be lights in the sky and bits of video. I think that's just the beginning. And I think I was saying this before. I am sure there'll be fake explosions and probably false flag events with buildings being blown up and, sadly, loss of life, to try and dupe people to think this is really an alien invasion. I think this is just completely man-made, and I think this is what we've seen slowly escalate with all the wars and all the things and everything else in order to depopulate, to frighten, to put us into fear. Yet again, the pandemic did a very good job of putting people into fear, and they self-medicated with something perhaps they shouldn't have done. And now the next stage is to put them into fear and perhaps legitimately blow people up on the idea that, they're trying to get rid of these alien invasions. And of course, it would be the aliens that are doing the blowing up of people and setting fire to people. I mean, it'd still be fearful. Of course it will be fearful. You don't want some military organisation blowing you up and then pretending it was actually just the aliens. We will destroy the world. I mean, you've seen the animatronic, that sort of puppet thing that they tried to put out some time ago, and every now and again, on YouTube, I keep seeing these AI alien things in shorts, trying to, normalise the idea that aliens are likely to exist or even come along. And I'm not sure that that is true. I think this is all a big hogwash, and we've got to be alert to it and call it out and say, no, I don't think so. Because why would, for example, aliens come and try and destroy us? Put yourself into a spaceship. Put yourself into that spaceship. There you are. You're the Jetson family heading off to outer space. You're lost in space. Don't panic, Will Robinson. Don't panic, Will Robinson. All of that. You're doing that. Why would you go and destroy a planet? Why wouldn't you sort of go and land and say, hi, I'm from another planet. Nice to meet you. How are you? Have a hamburger. Wouldn't you want to go on friendly terms because you might like people, you might be inquisitive? If you've gone across space, surely you've gone because you're inquisitive and interested in what you find. You're scientists on board, that if you were able to create some sort of craft, surely. And if not, then what are you doing buzzing about like that? If you're just there on a war mission, then and you've got the advanced technology, presumably you could do that and get rid of us all. I mean, if we can do that, and with our HARP thing and our weather modification and our DW weapons and all of that, if somebody can actually travel across space, assuming space even exists, which is pretty doubtful these days, if somebody could come from another planet, assuming we're on a planet or any of those things, don't you think if they wanted to destroy us, they could do it like that? I think so. I think so. This is just a nonsense psyop. And we're all going to be taken in. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be dramatic. I'm sure there'll be great fireworks and displays, as long as it's not in your house and that you're one of them, or some, pretend alien abduction comes and they sort of slice off your hands and go, oh my goodness, look at that. This alien came down and mutilated this port, for experimental purposes. Yeah, I think we can see through it, can't we? Can't we? Or maybe you are a believer. And it's entirely up to you. You believe whatever you damn well like. But this is my opinion, and I'm sharing it with you. I think this is just another of the deep state's false flag. They're panicking. They're throwing everything they can at it. They've been planning all these things, and now it's like, oh, God, they're onto us. They're realizing what's going on. Okay, press the UFO invasion button. Let's get that in operation. Bit late now with AI, isn't it? We're seeing through all of this, aren't we? We are beginning to wake up. So thank you very much, but no thank you. I think this is just a big pile of poo.